Hello there, recipe decoders. Today I'm going to show you how to make these chocolate chip cookies. This recipe is an adaptation of another recipe I found on allrecipes.com. So for this recipe you're going to need 1 cup or 227 grams of unsalted butter, 1 cup or 200 grams of sugar, 1 cup or 200 grams of brown sugar, 2 medium or large eggs, 2 teaspoons or 7 milliliters of vanilla extract, 3 cups or 370 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons or 7 milliliters of hot water, 1/2 teaspoon or 3 grams of salt, 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of baking soda, 2 cups or 340 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And here's all the ingredients just laid out for you guys. First we'll start off by assembling the stand mixer, and right now I'm just attaching the flat beater mixing blade. Then grab the mixing bowl and attach that as well. First we'll add in our softened butter that has been sitting in room temperature, and then start mixing it right away on a low setting. For any clumps that get stuck, just grab a spoon or a spatula and push it out back into the bowl. You can repeat this process if necessary. After mixing for about 4 or 5 minutes, the butter should be relatively soft by now, but feel free to just use your better judgment. Once the butter has reached a soft consistency, you can go ahead and add in the white sugar. And once the white sugar has been mixed in thoroughly, go ahead and add in the brown sugar. Again, anything stuck to the mixing blade, just push it down back into the bowl. And now we can add in our eggs one at a time. And set your mixer to a low speed while doing this. After the first egg has blended in, go ahead and add in the second one. Next, you can go ahead and add in the vanilla extract. Okay, so the 7 milliliters of water, you're going to want to make sure that it's warm and combine it with the baking soda. Be sure to mix it thoroughly. You're going to want the baking soda to dissolve slightly and then add it into the bowl. And now we're going to add in the salt. The reason for this is because the salt will act as a flavor enhancer. And now we're going to add in some flour to thicken the cookie dough. I'm only going to add in half the amount for the first mix. This is just to reduce the chance of any flour spilling everywhere. Mix it on a low to medium setting. Once that's done mixing, push up the mixer and then push any dough that's on the mixing blade back into the bowl. And then go ahead and add in the rest of the flour. And once the cookie dough has become nice and thick, we want to add in our semi-sweet chocolate chips, but only about half of it. Mix it on a very low setting. again, if any cookie dough is stuck to the mixing blade, just push it back into the bowl. And then you can add in the rest of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And by this point everything should be done mixing, so you can go ahead and take off the mixing blade. Clean off the blade as best as you can. And remove the bowl from the stand mixer. And now you're going to want to bring out a baking tray lined with some parchment paper. And what I have here is a small ice cream scoop, about 7/8 in capacity, and I'm going to use it to kind of scoop out the cookie dough and just place it onto the baking tray lined with parchment paper. I placed the cookies in sort of a checkered pattern, and now it's time to place them in the oven for 10 minutes at around 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. And after about 10 minutes, the cookies should appear nice and flat and the edges should be slightly brown. After the cookies have cooled for about 3 to 5 minutes, it's now okay to transfer them over to a bowl or a container. If you want the cookies to cool even faster, just place them in the fridge while you're baking your next batch. And this time, I laid out the cookie dough in an array of 15 to speed up the baking process. Once again, after baking for about 10 minutes, you can transfer the cookies into a container or into a bowl. But this time, I placed the old batch into a new bowl because it's already cooled in the refrigerator. And this new batch is going to go back into the old container, and then I'm going to place it into the refrigerator to cool even faster. You don't really have to place the cookies into the refrigerator, I just do this to speed up the process. And that's pretty much it. Now you can indulge in some really good chocolate chip cookies. The outside of these cookies aren't really that hard and the inside is actually very chewy. So I give these cookies a good grade, and they pass as a good chocolate chip cookie. And that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you've baked these cookies, I hope they came out well and tasted great. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.